First, I would love to know more about you. Can you just like briefly introduce yourself?
Yes. Okay. So my name is Celi. You can call me Selena. That's my full name. So I am currently an English teacher at the International School, TAS, and I'm also a coach at Tommy English. And I love listening to music and enjoy teaching and spending time with my family.
Mm,
So my students often said that I'm an enthusiastic teacher,
mm,
but not really. I'm
mm-hmm.
quite clumsy, and sometimes I forgot to record a lesson, for example.
Let's move to the main topic today. We're going to talk about happiness. What does that mean, happiness to you, Silly?
So for me, happiness is family. So yeah, if you ask me why, that's the answer. I am a family-oriented person. So I feel happy when I see my parents healthy, when the
Mm,
whole family at a peace,
mm,
and when I get to enjoy moments with my loved ones. I also feel happiness during the Lunar New Year when I
mm,
can return home, cleanse the
mm-hmm,
house, make a traditional cake, decorate, and celebrate the new year with my family.
mm.
So, therefore, whenever I feel exhausted, my family is a great motivation that keeps me going.
Relationship with our loved ones are the great source of happiness that can be the great source of motivation to help us do anything in life. Share with me. I would love to go deeper in this one because I do have a really happy family. I get on well with them a lot. But have you ever faced any difficulties or arguments that you had with your loved ones and it made
Hmm.
you feel pretty depressed?
Okay, yes, thanks for asking me that question. I would like to say I'm so proud of myself because
Okay.
from when I was young from now, I've never had any argument with my parents. I always put the rule that my parents, they are very wonderful and I have to respect them every time, every day. I always a
Mm,
good listener. If I disagree with their opinions, okay, just listen first, then I can give them my opinion and
mm,
explain for them. Because we are the children, we should
mm,
listen to parents. And
mm,
if you have any idea, just wait for parents, start talking and find the calming time, I think, to share with parents. That's all. That's a good thing. In conclusion, they
mm,
love us. I share for my
mm,
parents to understand about the children now. They're different
mm.
with the traditional older.
Okay.
I feel quite good when I share with my parents or when I share with my siblings. They are
Mm,
listening to me and they apply them. I
mm.
quite proud of with myself and with my family because I always talk with everyone that my family is the happy family. And so,
Wow. Wow.
oh,
Okay. I'm sure that your family members are really proud of you. I mean, what a
thank you.
great moderator. It's not so easy to do that, but I like the
Mm.
way that you solve the problems within the family. What would happen if you got angry and then you act like that? Okay. But you chose the different way, the different approach. And that's what I like to sit with them separately and to share your feelings with
Yes.
them. That's what I really love of your
Kitty.
story has related me a lot because like my parents, they want the best for me. I do know that. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
they are a little bit aggressive with my education. They wanted me to be a math
Mm.
teacher or any
Oh
kinds of
wow.
teacher before in their mindset. Okay. The great
Mm.
job is to be a teacher, but not for me. I didn't obey
Yes.
them at first. I chose my own way. I want to be a tour guide. I want to go. I want to go around the city. I want to go around the country or even like abroad. I want to talk to people. I
Mm.
love communication. So my major was hospitality management. They were not happy with my decision. But then they realized that, oh, that's my life. It's not theirs. And I gotta do things for my own. But then at
Mm.
the end of the day, I go back to an English teacher. That's life. You're never gonna know what was coming to you. right? So let me ask you this question, because I think this is a very common, I would say, problem for Vietnamese people, because they are living not for them, but for their parents. Even you're not happy, you get married because of them, you get a job because of them, you do the things that you don't like because of them. What do you think about this traditional way of acting?
So you mean like somebody they're not happy because they just do the thing that their parents love, right?
Exactly. They're not living for themselves. What do you think about this? Are you a
Mm.
type of person who is living for your parents?
Let me answer the first question first, because sometimes they cannot make that they love and they think about their parents or family. Actually, I'm a family oriented person, but I know what I want. And if I want anything, I will try my best to like consult or explain for my parents why I choose that. I will try my best to explain for them, and I think with my experience, I can consult them to agree with me. I feel like it depends on the family. I'm not their children, so I can help them in that situation. I will share for you about the experience I just got last Saturday. I have a parents meeting. I have the student. His name is Win. And his mom is always strict with him. She always asked him to copy at least 10 times if he cannot answer that word or learn by heart that word. And he always copy every time, everywhere. He feel very stressed. So he shared with me and cry a lot. And I share with her. So at that time, I'm his teacher, but I can't do anything at that time because every family have their own method. They will say, "Oh, you're just a teacher. Why you talk
None
too
of
much?"
the business, huh?
Yes, not your business. Yeah. A second question. Luckily, I live in a happy environment, family. My parents always respect my idea, my choice. They always support me every day, every time. And now I can do it, and my parents always believe in me. So that's why I'm quite lucky a little bit.
Yeah, that's one part. Living in a very peaceful family is one side, but I think you have the ability of convincing people of what you think is right, and you prove to them that, oh, okay, this is the right decision that I am going to make, right? I feel sad for the student that you have just mentioned. Sometimes our expectations are killing us. So even parents, we have to learn to lower our expectation. Sometimes we look down, we look up. Maybe there's a lot of people who are doing so much better than us. But when we actually look down, we see like we are ahead of so many people. We should be happy with that one, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard to say, but then that's a common problem that we have in Vietnam, right? Especially for parents. Thank you for the story. All right. I would love to ask you about one side of happiness, because people may think happy family, happy relationships are the great source of happiness. But some people may relate happiness to material possession, like having a nice house, a very fancy car. They always want to have more because they think if they have more, my life will be like that and I can be happy. What do you think about this? Having more material possessions, like more money, can make you happy? Do you think it's right?
Okay, that's really good question. So I don't deny the power of money nor its value. Thanks to money, I can buy many things that bring happiness. However, people often say money cannot buy everything. Yes, this was evident when my father had diabetes, a dangerous condition just after cancer, you know. At that moment, I realized that no matter how much money I had, it couldn't overcome the harshness of illness. But however, I realized that I can do better things. It's when I strive to make my parents proud of myself, when I spend more time with my family, I call for them every day,
Mm-hmm.
And when my siblings and I make our parents laugh more, so happiness is something we create ourselves.
I wish your parents, I wish your dad best of luck. I do agree with the mindset of money is a tool to get our life better, but it's not everything. It's more important
Yes.
for the time that we spend with our family, because that time maybe we cannot buy. So, are you feeling sad sometimes, Celi?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you have any special techniques or methods to deal with stress? Any special
Yes.
techniques that you would share with people?
Okay. So actually, I don't have any special techniques, but I will share for everyone the way I deal with stress. I think the answer is happiness.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, balancing work and life is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, I do two tasks at once. And sometimes I feel overwhelmed trying to manage all my responsibilities. Therefore, aside from work, I find joy in life. For example, I usually practice yoga at 5:30 a.m., which helps me start my day with energy. Also, as I mentioned, I love music, especially listening to the song about the new year. These songs remind me about the beautiful memories with my family during the new year, so which motivates me further. Yeah, last but not least, I'm quite fortunate to work in happy environments with both students and adult learners who are all lovely and valued. Yeah, that's so.
So the technique that you have just shared, I would wrap up a little bit right here. You have a clear plan for your body first and your soul later. You arrange the time for exercise, for practicing your physical health. You're listening to music and you do the things to help you feel more relaxed, and you focus more on the positivity rather than the negativity. Like working at school may be so challenging for you, but then you didn't focus much on the negative side problem, but then you do focus on the students and the colleague. They're so wonderful. That's a great environment for you. That's pretty a good way. Okay, I would share with you the technique that I have practiced, and I think later if you have the same situation that you can try this one if it works for you, because it worked for me whenever I am facing any difficulties in life or anything that I feel overwhelmed. So what I do is that instead of people dwelling on the situation, on the problem, for me, I take a break. I don't do anything. I sit quietly with just me. No phone, no internet, no laptop, nothing. With a notebook and a pen. And I try to be with myself. And I try to write down everything in my head. Okay? Focus on the problem. I mean, I don't run away from that, but I try to face with that. This is the first column. There are some of the problems that I am having right now. Next one, I write down some of the possibilities for that. There are two different directions. The first one, positive. The next one, negative. Anything can be solved when you write down everything. That's a technique that I have applied in my life to always be positive, to deal with anything in my life. I do hope that it will be helpful for you, Celi, later if you're facing any difficulties in your life.
Yes.
It worked for me. I do hope it will work for you. Okay. Last question for you, Celi. What would be some of your messages for young people, Gen Z like you, to stay happy and positive every day?
My message is, I always think about that message is everything will be all right. I always write it down and spin it in the word and always look at it every night, because look at life with a lighter perspective and think positive and believe that you will definitely succeed. That's all. Think positive. And everything will be all right.
Okay. No matter how terrible, no matter how bad it is gonna be all right.
Yes. Okay.
Wonderful message.
You think so?
I do believe so. I have experienced that so many times. It was so bad. It was so terrible. But at the end of the day, that's a experience for me. You either win or learn. Just that, you try something, you may fail. That's the experience. That's the lesson. And you may win. That's a great achievement of yours. Things will be all right. Okay. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. And
thank you to get me a chance to have an interview today.
my pleasure.
Wish you have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much.